A lifelong New Yorker settling back into her old neighborhood after a brief stint away from the city shortly after giving up a rent-stabilized studio for the luxury of space in Vermont. The Upper West Sider says the allure of Manhattan called her back home, and a new Fox 5 series about the city's comeback called New York: Today, Tomorrow, and Beyond. Briella Tomasetti shares the woman's journey of falling in love with New York City all over again.
Maureen Cross, a New York City accountant, packed up her bags and left her rent-stabilized Upper West Side apartment, only to find herself right back in the city that never sleeps.
I came back after 3 weeks, and it was like, I really miss New York.
When the COVID-19 lockdown began, Cross watched in awe as the busy streets and big crowds disappeared overnight.
It was like, what am I doing here if there's nothing to do? I'm left with all the bad stuff. So I just decided to go to Burlington, where I had lived for 22 years.
In Vermont, Cross was greeted by sunsets on Lake Champlain and a more affordable cost of living. The New York native also had more space to walk her two Siberian Huskies, Lady and Blue.
Right, Lady?
But it didn't take long for her to start missing the big city. Cross says she was drawn back by the restaurants, the arts, and the diversity.
Well, I never put away any of my New York stuff. You know, I had my 4 museum memberships, I had my playbills, I had my bag from the Met.
Fast forward 3 months. Cross had to find a new apartment, but has quickly readjusted to life on the Upper West Side and is enjoying the energy that comes with it. As many flee the neighborhood due in part to a recent uptick in crime and temporary homeless shelters, Cross tells us she doesn't regret her decision to come back at all.
Someone asked me, if we had a second lockdown, would you ever go back to Vermont? I'm like, oh God, no. No, I'm here for keeps.
After all, she argues, New York isn't dying, it's being reborn. Reporting from the Upper West Side, Briella Tomasetti, Fox 5 News.